ਸਾਊਥ ਏਸ਼ੀਅਨ 360 ਦੇਖ ਰਹੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਦਰਸ਼ਕਾਂ ਦਾ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਸਵਾਗਤ ਹੈ ਜੀ। ਮੈਂ ਹਾਂ ਪੰਕਜ ਮੋਗਾ, ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਹੋਸਟ ਹਰ ਵੈਂਸਡੇ ਦੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ, ਔਰ ਮੇਰਾ ਸਾਥ ਦੇ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਪੀਕੇ ਸਬਰਵਾਲ ਜੀ। ਪੀਕੇ ਜੀ, ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਵਾਗਤ ਹੈ।
Thank you very much, Monga Saab, and very good evening to all our viewers. And today, you know that Monga Saab, we have a guest. If you can
Yeah,
introduce.
yes, Miss Billy. I wanted to welcome you first. Then I wanted to. Now we want to bring Mr. Christopher Castellano. He's the senior vice president of this Camrost group, and it's for
Yes,
Raglan, right? So, PKG,
exactly.
you can take over now onwards. So you both can
Yeah,
talk,
thank
then
you
I
very
can
much,
come
Monga
back
Saab.
again.
Thank you very much, Monga Saab. So, Chris, again, I know the whole day I was just after you, taking your time every 30 40 minutes. So, first of all, thank you very much for being here and to talk about Camrost and your projects, especially the latest project, Raglan. Before you
Hmm.
start, let me tell my audience that Christopher Castellano is a senior vice president, sales and marketing with Camrost, and he's very, I would say, I would use the word aggressive marketing you do, and you're a real professional, ethically very good. Word of, when you say something without writing and you honor it, that is where you stand apart from other people. This is what I like about you. When you say something, sometimes what happens, even if I get it in writing from some builders, they take the excuses to back out of that commitment. Here, when you say
Hmm.
something verbal, I can sleep. I can say, okay, no worries at all. He has told me something like in exchange, like in Raglan, you promised me the units, you gave me the units. What I wanted,
Yes.
you gave, you promised. That is where the partnership comes. And also, when we met you about the incentives before the launching, and we discussed, to be honest, I was not sure that you will honor those, and you exceeded those. That is the beauty of Camrost. And I'll tell you, none of my clients open on this TV show live. None of my investor, none of my buyer, none of my client who bought any property from Camrost has ever lost a single penny. That is the beauty. That is the beauty of Camrost. That is why I'm so confident. And I myself have 6, 7 units with you, right? Commercial, residential, blah, 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 blah.
Yes.
Why? Because I have confidence in me. If I have belief in something, I can sell it, right? So ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ ਮਾਈ ਲਿਸਨਰਸ ਨੂੰ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਮੇਰੇ ਕੋਲ ਯੰਗ ਜੈਂਟਲਮੈਨ ਪ੍ਰੋਫੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਮੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਇਆ ਅੱਜ ਫॉर ਰੈਗਲਨ। ਸੋ ਮੈਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਰੈਗਲਨ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਾਂਗਾ ਅੱਜ। ਪਹਿਲੇ ਤੇ ਬਿਲਡਰ ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ, ਉਹਦੇ ਬਾਅਦ ਅਸੀਂ ਰੈਗਲਨ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ। ਸੋ ਕ੍ਰਿਸਟੋਫਰ, ਫਸਟ ਆਫ ਆਲ ਲੈਟ ਅਸ ਸਟਾਰਟ ਵਿਦ ਕੈਮਰੋਸਟ। Yes, about the
Yes.
Raglan.
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me on, PK. It's always a pleasure to chat with you as well as your clients and listeners. So, Camrost, we've been around now for over 45 years, and we've delivered over 100 buildings in the Greater Toronto Area and some 45,000 units. And on top of that, we've got 2 million square feet of office and retail that we've delivered over our lifespan. So when it comes to Camross methodology and ethos, we always look for areas in the city that is poised for future growth, and we are a luxury builder. So we look after all parts of the development from start to finish. And an important thing that we've talked about many times, PK, and on some of your shows, is that we're vertically integrated. So from purchasing the land to development to marketing and sales and ultimately to construction with our in-house Camcorp construction team, we manage all aspects of the project from start to finish, and that allows us to ensure that from start to finish, all the little details that make a huge difference to your clients are looked after by a Camrost employee.
Very nice, very nice. And that's the reason we have so much faith in Cam Roast. And also on top of it, when I'm dealing directly with you, so that gives me so much comfort level. The thing is, when I talk to my clients, they need more assurance than the profit in the beginning. When I sell
Right.
something, they are not comfortable. They can't sleep. I tell them, when you are buying something, if you have any question about the product, call me. If you are
Hmm.
not satisfied, don't go to bed. You have to do two things out of this one. Either you have to be satisfied, then you go to your bed, or cancel, then
Yep.
go to your bed. I don't want
Yep.
you to lose your sleep because of this investment. So when they call me and I tell them to Google and go to the history of this builder and your projects, you know, my success rate is 99%. Why? Because the confidence they have in Camrost, right?
Yes,
So
I
now,
think in today's world it's very important for all your clients, PK, to when they're making an investment, such as looking to buy pre-construction real estate, to look at the developers they're partnering with, right? And Camrost has had an incredible track record over the past almost 50 years of delivering excellence, whether it's been in our Mississauga City Center with Exchange District or downtown prime Yorkville with the revitalization of the Four Seasons, or out in Park Lawn and Lakeshore with our Marina Del Rey project and our Mystic Point development. Camrost has always delivered top quality products that have outperformed the market by upwards of 30% in some locations. So this is the kind
wow.
of confidence your buyers should have and are able to get from Camrost.
When I tell them that I guarantee, my personal guarantee, that loss is mine, profit is yours after 7 years with 2 years cushion period. I need cushion period because something goes wrong and I have to tell them to hold it on. If you are not able to hold
Mm.
it, I'll pay for it to
Hmm.
hold it. I I am behind it for your profit, my loss. And they believe me. And I have faith in the product. That's why I'm openly telling them, giving
Right.
in writing, loss is mine, profit is yours in next 7 years. Next decade, Christopher, it is next decade.
Yep.
It's not a joke. Seven, eight
Yes.
years from today. Nobody can even dream that in 7, 8 years the price will not go up. In my
Well, if
career,
you
about
if
50
you
years,
if you
yeah,
could go back 10 years, PK, what would you do? You would buy more real estate, right? I think all of your
yes.
listeners would do the same thing if we were able to go back 10 years, which is why this is such an interesting program that we've put together with Raglan, is because it gives you, your clients, your investors, that peace of mind until the next decade, until 2030, that this is a worry free investment.
Yeah. Even my wife sometimes tells me, you're always tight. Because I said, because I buy real estate. This year only I bought six real estate properties, six, and few
Yes.
from you also, right? So
Yes.
I tell my wife that I'm not a speculator. I'm not playing casino. I'm not going horse riding or horse racing. I'm investing in property and very well
Mm.
judged property, very well judged properties. And for the last 4 decades, I never lost a single penny. Because if you have a holding capacity, I always tell my clients, you should have a holding capacity of minimum 5 years. Then come to me. You will never lose it.
Yep.
But if you're coming to me that I will sell after 2 years, 2025, by 15th of January, no, you're a speculator. Don't come to me. I'm not selling you anything.
I,
So,
I completely
yeah.
agree with you. I think when you look at real estate as an investment opportunity or, as an alternative investment, the way you build generational wealth is by holding long term. I think you and I have talked many times, and I love one of your sayings, and I've used it a whole lot of times, PK, is it's not about timing the market, it's about time in market. And that's what's so
Yes.
important because the longer you hold your real estate, the more appreciation it gets, the higher rents gets. And in a city like Toronto, where there's a lack of housing, we have a huge amount of immigrants coming in every day. The household formation is one that has people moving out of their parents' household. We need properties and we need real estate to help satiate this demand.
Yes. I'll give you one small example. In 2002, I bought two-bedroom and very big den. I'll not give you the address, but it was on Bay Street, right?
Okay?
It was on Bay Street. You know how much? Two hundred eighty-seven
Not much.
thousand dollars with two parkings. Now we are selling parking for $125,000. One parking. Two
Wow.
parking is 250. So I bought the whole condo, two-bedroom and den with two parkings, $287,000. How can we go wrong? The only thing is to hold it, to hold it, to hold it, to hold it. And that is my first criteria when I sell something, that do you have a holding capacity or not? Minimum 5 years. I can
Mm.
sell it in 2 years. No worries if you go, but I need 5 years of commitment that you will never ask me about your money. Then I promise profit is yours, loss is mine. That is, and
Mm.
especially when Camrost is there, your products, high end. Remember, we went and St. Clair, and when Elliot was also there and Joseph was there,
Yep.
we went to one of your
Yes.
luxury building, and I was
Yep.
very much impressed there. So I know what you are coming up in exchange, and now in Raglan, I think it is much, much, much above. I would say you are coming up with a very high end area with high end upgrades and high end people, high end neighborhood, right?
Yes.
So
I,
that's the reason I'm after this. That's why I requested you yesterday also to give me more units, commit me some more units. You committed, and I want to it, and I'll bother you again. So now I need to know more about Raglan.
Yes, I think Raglan is a very exciting project. So, following our success that we had in Mississauga with Exchange District, which was we sold over 2,000 units within a 2 month period. Thanks very much in part to all the hard work from yourself, PK, Sorab, and the whole team behind you. We're now setting our sights on Midtown Toronto. So we're coming out with Raglan House, which is right on the corner of Bathurst and St. Clair. And why this project is so exciting is when you look at the properties around it, when you look at Forest Hill, Winchwood, Cedar Vale, Humewood, you see that these are some of the most affluent areas in Toronto. In Forest Hill, homes regularly sell for $6 million, $7 million. So when you look at the gap between pre-construction, between high rise and low rise, you have this huge amount of runway that your clients are able to appreciate, have price appreciation in. The other thing that's so exciting about this area is that Raglan House is going to be one of the first developments coming out on Raglan Avenue that's going to lead this $4 billion revitalization. So you've got over 15 buildings coming from some of Toronto's top developers into this intersection. And why that's important is because when you look at these 10 developers who have shaped the GTA skyline, you see they only go to areas that are poised for huge growth, right? And that's what we have at Bathurst and St. Clair. So you've got Raglan House, which is going to be one of the first projects coming out on Raglan Street, the first project on Raglan Avenue, rather, that's going to lead this $4 billion evolution. You're a 3-minute walk from the subway, which is just 3 stops away from University of Toronto, 5 stops away from the University Health Network, where all the hospitals are on University Avenue, and just 15 minutes away from the downtown Core's financial district. So that's where CIBC, BMO, TD, RBC, Scotia, and all the fantastic jobs that Toronto has to offer is located. And then lastly, PK, you and I have talked about this a lot with a lot of your clients. It's about the exit opportunity for your clients and how they're going to make money on this investment in the future. And we've put together an incredible incentive package that we're offering to a limited amount of units to ensure that they're in a very favorable cash flow position for the next 2 years after close, which takes us to that next decade, which takes us to 2030, like we were talking about earlier.
यस मैं दसना चाहांगा अपने लिसनर ਨੂੰ ਕਿ ਦੇਖੋ ਇਹ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਯੂ ਆਰ ਡੀਲਿੰਗ ਵਿਦ ਅ ਬਿਲਡਰ ਵਿਦ 45 years of experience 100 buildings plus 100 buildings 100 ਬਿਲਡਿੰਗਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਆਈਆਂ ਨੇ ਐਂਡ 45,000 ਤੋਂ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਯੂਨਿਟਸ ਬਣਾ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਨੇ ਉਹ 2 million square feet plus ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਏਰੀਆ ਥੋੜਾ ਰੈਜ਼ੀਡੈਂਸ਼ੀਅਲ ਐਂਡ ਕਮਰਸ਼ੀਅਲ 45 ਸਾਲ ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਲਾਈਕ ਪੀਕੇ more than 40 years almost 50 years nobody at any time pinpointed on me the same thing. Camrost is there for last 45 years, and you never heard anything wrong about them. We know last year around 27 28 projects failed. आए गए इधर आए उधर चले गए लेकिन इतने भरोसा हैगा कि पिछले 45 ਸਾਲ ਤੋਂ ਕੰਮ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਨ ਲਗਜ਼ਰੀ ਬਿਲਡਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਦੀ ਗਲਤ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੇ ਔਰ ਇਹ ਉਹ ਏਰੀਆ ਦੂਜੀ ਗੱਲ ਇਸ ਏਰੀਆ ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ 4 ਬਿਲੀਅਨ ਦੀ ਇਨਵੈਸਟਮੈਂਟ ਹੋਣ ਜਾ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਅਗਲੇ 10 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ 15 ਬਿਲਡਿੰਗਾਂ ਆ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਜੋ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਮੇਰੇ ਆਰਟੀਕਲ ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਯੂ ਹੈਵ ਟੂ ਬੀ ਦ ਫਸਟ to come to that neighborhood. And yes, here you are the first to come to the neighborhood with the first building, Raglan. You can never go wrong. I stand behind you. Camrost is behind me. I am behind you. And you must come and meet me. Even if you are not buying, talk to me about it. We'll explain how this project is. Yeah, thank you very much, Chris, and I hope to get more units from you to sell.
We'll do our best, PK. Thank you so much for having me. Always a pleasure to chat, and we'll see you in the sales office soon.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਕ੍ਰਿਸਟੋਫਰ, ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ। ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਜੀ, ਮੇਰੇ ਖਿਆਲ ਕਾਫੀ ਅੱਛਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਐਕਸਪਲੇਨ ਕਰ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਰੈਗਲਨ ਬਾਰੇ, ਐਂਡ ਕਾਫੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਵੀ ਐਕਸਪਲੇਨ ਕੀਤਾ। ਔਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੁਝ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਚਾਹੋਗੇ ਹੁਣ ਆਪ ਦੀ ਤਰਫੋਂ ਕੁਝ
भाजी मैं
रैगलन बारे?
ਰੈਗਲਨ ਬਾਰੇ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਮੇਰੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਘੱਟ ਪ੍ਰੋਜੈਕਟ ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹੇ ਆਉਣਗੇ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਮੇਰਾ ਇੰਨਾ ਕੌਨਫੀਡੈਂਸ ਹੈਗਾ। ਦੇਖੋ 2030 ਤੱਕ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸੇਫ ਹੋ ਗਏ, ਪਲੱਸ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਜੇਬ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੈਸ਼ ਫਲੋ ਵੀ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ, ਔਰ ਵਨ ਆਫ ਦਾ ਰਿਚੈਸਟ ਨੇਬਰਹੁੱਡ ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆ ਗਏ, ਹੂਜ਼ ਹੂ, ਜਿਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਫੋਟੋ ਖਿਚਾਉਣ ਦੀ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਲੋਕ, ਉਹ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕਈ ਵਾਰ ਐਲੀਵੇਟਰ 'ਚ ਮਿਲਣਗੇ। ਉਸ ਨੇਬਰਹੁੱਡ ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ 8-8 10-10 15-15 ਮਿਲੀਅਨ ਦੇ ਮਕਾਨ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਨੇ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਉੱਠਣਾ ਬੈਠਣਾ ਸੰਗਤੀ, ਐਂਡ ਔਨ ਟੌਪ ਆਫ ਇਟ ਗਾਰੰਟੀ ਬਾय ਦ ਬਿਲਡਰ ਕਿ ਉਸ ਦੇ ਬਾਅਦ ਚਾਬੀ ਮਿਲਣ ਦੇ ਕਲੋਜ਼ਿੰਗ ਦੇ 2 ਸਾਲ ਬਾਅਦ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ $3000 ਤੱਕ ਪਰ ਮੰਥ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਬੈਂਕ 'ਚ ਚਲਾ ਜਾਏਗਾ। ਮੇਰੀ ਜੇਬ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ 1000 2000 3000 ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ, 7 ਸਾਲ ਤੱਕ ਕੀਮਤ ਨਹੀਂ ਵਧੇਗੀ, ਸਵਾਲ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਉੱਠਦਾ। ਔਰ ਡਿਪੋਜ਼ਿਟ ਮਾਈ ਗॉड 5% 30 ਡੇਜ਼, 5% 2024 ਐਂਡ 5% 2025 ਖਤਮ, ਔਰ ਆਖਰੀ 5% ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਣਾ 2028 ਚ, ਅੱਜ ਤੋਂ 5 ਸਾਲ ਬਾਅਦ। that is the reason ਕਿ I am so excited to sell this project। ਜੀ ਮੋਗਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ।
ਜੀ ਪੀਕੇ ਜੀ, ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ ਸ਼ੁਕਰੀਆ ਇਹ ਸਾਰੀ ਇਨਫੋਰਮੇਸ਼ਨ ਦੇਣ ਵਾਸਤੇ। ਤੇ ਇੱਕ ਛੋਟਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਬ੍ਰੇਕ ਲੈ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਆ, ਫਿਰ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਕਈ ਨਿਊਜ਼ ਨੇ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਕਿ ਇਕਨੋਮੀ ਔਰ ਰੀਅਲ ਏਸਟੇਟ ਰਿਲੇਟਡ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਤੇ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਆ। ਸੋ ਇੱਕ ਛੋਟੇ ਜਿਹੇ ਬ੍ਰੇਕ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਅਸੀਂ ਵਾਪਸ ਆ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਜੀ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਇਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਰਿਹਾ ਜੀ।